full house today at Lincoln Financial Field. We'll have temperatures below freezing for tonight's game as the Packers match up against the Eagles. I'm Al Michaels with my partner John Madden here to bring you today's game.
Now here's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and the great thing about him is that he always gets the job done. Maybe it's selling a play pass or throwing a block on a reverse. He's always out there doing the little things to help his team to victory.
The Packers have a few receivers that he likes to throw to, and here's one of them. There's no question these two have developed that chemistry, and he's always finding an open spot on the defense to give his quarterback a target to hit. It wouldn't be surprising to see them hook up a few times in this one.
And you can tell that defense is fired up and ready to go. I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer.
They're lined up for the kickoff, so let's get this game started. Longwell is just about ready to kick this one away. Nice distance. From the 9. The Eagles will start this drive from the 33-yard line. Our EA Sports Coach Close-Up features two very unique coaches. Andy Reid runs a version of the West Coast offense that centers around his mobile quarterback. Reid will also downshift at times, relying on a crank-it-out running game to wear down the defense and control the clock. Using motion. Going to the left. Pickup of about a yard in the run. We'll continue looking at our EA Sports Coach Close-Up with the Packers head coach. Back to the field. 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 33. They'll go with a run once again. And he's tackled at the 37-yard line. 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry. John, nobody's looking for a defensive struggle out there as we have two of the best offenses in the NFL going head-to-head.
The thing about both these teams is they're not just one-dimensional. If something doesn't work, they make the adjustment and they come at you in another way. I'm looking for lots of big plays in this one.
McNair sets up. Pressure coming. Throws it. Incomplete pass. He overthrew the target.
I wonder if that one slipped out of his hand. It was clearly off target.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the kick. And they're ready to go on offense for the first time. It's 1st and 10. Using motion. Cross play to the left. Breaks the tackle. Breaks free. 4, maybe 5 yards there on the toss. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Pressure with the throw. Incomplete. He couldn't bring that pass in.
Rhythm and consistency is one of the most important keys to success when you drop back to pass the ball. But it's hard to find a rhythm and establish some consistency when you're the quarterback and your receivers are dropping passes that should be catches.
The Eagles come out on a nickel package. Dropping back. Throwing short to his left. And he hits his target. They went back to the screen.
The screen pass requires that you have some quick linemen who can move wide of the tackle and set up blocks for the guy coming out of the backfield.
Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. Here's the punt. He has a lot of open field here. The 40. Breaks the tackle. He had an outstanding return.
Sometimes as a coverage team, it's easy to over-pursue. And if you do that, you end up running right by the guy you're supposed to be tackling.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Using motion. Tosses it out to the right. Can't wrap it. Just about 3 yards there. Second and 7. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Hit him low. Sideline to sideline.
Hands it off. Staley with a nice run and picks up the first down.
And it was well executed. They hit their blocks and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
Only one man back. McNabb gets set. To the air on first down. Closing in. Gets rid of it. No catch. He was out of bounds.
As a quarterback, you're supposed to put the ball where only the receiver can get it. I think somebody should have told him that he also needs to keep it in bounds.
And they find themselves in scoring range. Dropping back. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. He threw a great pass, and they get into the end zone.
The quarterback knew that he had to make that pass perfect, and he got the job done on that one.
So they'll try to tack on the extra point. And it's up. The extra point attempt is good. They were set up with good field position and were able to make the most of it by getting the touchdown.
So let me tell you, when the offense...
And we're back. Here's the kickoff team. Good distance. He takes a knee. Green Bay losing by 7, heads back out. Philadelphia lines up in the 46. Throws out to the left. Thrown behind, but caught. Clearly, they were on the same page on that play.
These days, offenses rely on a short, quick pass, and the receiver gaining lots of yards after the catch.
Second and maybe 3. Ball on their own 27. Farr gets set. Throwing. Almost picked off. I thought that was about to be picked off, John.
That's the thing. That was a perfect opportunity to make a big play for his defense. He lets it go as an incomplete pass rather than an interception.
Philadelphia comes out with 8 guys in the box. He'll keep it. And he's stopped at the 28. He calls his own number. Picks up yardage. Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the kick. He's waving for the fair catch.
That's a good job of getting downfield by the cover team to force a fair catch.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 48. It's the toss to the left. And he's tackled behind the line by Diggs. Good work by the defensive line there.
They got off the ball, got penetration, shut off those running lanes. He was looking for a hole, but the only thing he saw was a massive wall of defenders.
Green Bay comes out in their nickel package.
Sideline to sideline. 90 ball. Set.
McNabb sends a man in motion. Drops back. Stepping up with the pass. This pass is incomplete. 3rd down upcoming after that incomplete pass. They'll be faced with a long 3rd down play here. Ball on their own 44. Buckhalter, the lone back. With the throw, incomplete. Throwing on days like this is very difficult.
It can really alter your approach when you drop back to pass. The equipment managers are pretty busy on days like today because they got to make sure that their players have the right type of shoes, the right type of cleats, so that they can keep their footing out there.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt. Took his eyes off the ball and is up for grabs. The Packers grab the live ball. Teams always struggle to hold on to the ball in conditions like these.
Protecting the ball has to come before anything else, especially on days like this. Sure, you want to get as many yards as you can, but losing the ball because you didn't protect it can turn the game around very quickly.
Farr sets up. Screen. A lot of success attacking that defense with the run.
They showed confidence in him by staying with the run, even though the defense came up in the 46, and it really paid off.
The Eagles come out in the 46. Under pressure, gets rid of it. Thrown behind, but caught. He's taken down at the 30. Good read on that pass play.
They brought some extra guys to try and get some pressure, but he read it quickly. So his receiver had a step and fired a strike.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 30. Farr gets set. Man in motion. Pressure coming. Gets the pass off. And it's caught. Excellent gain on 1st down.
These guys are just out there playing a little pitch and catch. They make it look easy.
Big stop. Get in there.
Philadelphia lines up in the 46. Throwing short to the right side. That short pass incomplete brings up a 3rd down play. After 1 quarter of football, a touchdown separates these two teams with the score. Philadelphia 7. Green Bay, and we're ready to start the 2nd quarter. The Eagles come out with 8 guys in the box. Pressure goes over the middle, and the catch is made. And he stopped at the 46.
Watch it here. This is a great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here, but this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 46-yard line. Crosses it out to the right. Emmons created problems in the backfield on that play. Green didn't get any help from his offensive line.
It was just about impossible to run when you have guys in the backfield just as soon as you snap the ball.
Only 1 man in the backfield. Farr gets set. Hand it off. Great penetration there.
And that's the thing. To stop any kind of run between the tackles, you have to get some sort of penetration. You have to get into the backfield, and when you do that, you make the back change direction, making him go where he doesn't want to go.
Uses the pump. Gets rid of it. Oh, he makes the catch anyway.
Now, this is one heck of a play. Look at it. You're in a hole here on third down, and they come through with this perfect play that gets him a first and keeps the drive going.
First and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Closing in. Gets the pass off. Ooh, what a huge hit to cause the incompletion.
Yeah, so good it knocked the ball right out of his hands.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. Green, the lone back. Dropping back. Under pressure. A little off target, but caught. Far. Could have knocked the wind out of the receiver with that first down throw.
Now that's a quick release. The quarterback decided where he wanted to go with it, and boom, it was in the receiver's hand.
They're looking for the run with all those linebackers out there. And he'll get the call. They did a poor job against the run there.
They had 8 guys in the box on that play, but he still broke free. When you bring that many guys up to the line, then you're pretty much daring them to run. And if they do run at you, you better be able to stop the run.
46 defense in this time. Spins away from the tackle. It's on the ground. The Packers get it. Teams always struggle to hold on to the ball in conditions like these.
Protecting the ball has to come before anything else, especially on days like this. Sure, you want to get as many yards as you can, but losing the ball because you didn't protect it can turn the game around very quickly.
The Eagles come out in the 46. Throws it. Incomplete pass. Snow can create havoc for the passing game.
Not only is it hard to get a grip on the ball when it's snowing out there, but it's also hard to keep your footing when you're dropping back to pass or running your route.
So this field goal try will be from 27 yards out. The kick is up. And so that kick is good. Longwell in to kick this one off. They'll return this one. They'll choose to just down this one and start at the 20. The defense shut down the offense the last time they had the ball. Over the tackle. The 30. Great run there. That'll be a first down.
Yeah, and when the back can get out there and run through defenders, it just makes this offense that much more difficult to slow down.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 38. On the ground. Setting up play action. Throwing. Incomplete. There's a flag on the play. And it appears this one will be a hold.
When your feet and your body get in the wrong position, that's when you start to hold. And he got caught right there.
Green Bay comes out in their nickel package.
The running game has been the key to the offense so far in the game. Let's see if it continues.
Only one man back.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Pressure coming. Throws it. This one falls incomplete. That incomplete pass will bring up third down. So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long third down situation. Ball on their own 37. 2-minute warning coming up. The Eagles using motion. With the throw. Almost got it. John, that went right off the defender's fingertips.
Yeah, the defender was in a perfect position to come up with a big play. He just left his hands over on the sideline.
Richardson is looking for a good punt here. Here's the kick. He signals for a fair catch.
That was a smart thing to do with the coverage team closing in for a big hit. If they don't want to go into the half down by this much, they're going to need some good throws and good clock management here.
The Eagles come out with 8 guys in the box. Pass play here on first down. Pressure, gets rid of it. Incomplete pass. He was wide open, but lost track of the ball just as it reached him.
It's hard to figure out how a pass like that could go right through your hand. The quarterback made the right read, and he delivered a very catchable ball. He just didn't catch it. The defense needs to remember not to play too soft and give up big gains underneath. But they also don't want to play too tight and end up giving up a big play to set them up in scoring position.
Third down upcoming after the incomplete pass. Third and long. Let's see what play they choose to keep this drive going. The Eagles line up in the quarter defense. With the pass, and the catch is made. The Eagles call a timeout. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Time for a punt here as it's now 4th down. So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the punt. And this punt will sail out of bounds.
One thing they want to avoid is turning it over and setting up the other guys with a chance to get some points.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 25. McNabb using split backs. Going to the air on first down. Closing in. Gets rid of it. Drops the interception. They're lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I think everyone else was thinking the same thing. We don't get a better chance at an interception than he had right there.
I'm sure they'll be going to the air as long as they have the ball. Under pressure, gets the pass off, and it's intercepted. Harris made an amazing pick on that play.
The defender is really pumped up out there. He knows that this is the type of thing that can give his team great momentum. They might go with the run here to keep the defense honest. Besides, they have timeouts to use, so they'll want to make the most of them.
Following the interception, it's now 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Steps up. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go with it on that play.
Good coverage downfield had a lot to do with that play. They drop back in zone coverage, never giving the quarterback an option.
The coach is having them hurry it up. Drops back, throwing. Picked off. The defender is there to make the play.
That was a great pick. He was reading a quarterback like a book.
So after the interception now, it's 1st and 10.
Catch the ball, man. Hit the ball.
McNabb using split backs.
Cowboy. Snake eye.
Pressure, flings it to the outside. The incomplete pass bringing up 2nd down.
The defense can't afford to take too many gambles by going for a pick when they should just try and knock it down. One mistake can lead to a big play for the offense.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 30. Closing in with the throw. Intercepted. He's at the 20. The 10. Touchdown, Packers. We've updated our turnover stat, and it looks like this. The kicking team heads out onto the field. And it's on its way, and he tacks on the extra point. And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Sends it sailing. Their last drive ended with a pick, and the offense right now ready to call their first play on this drive. Only one man in the backfield. We're just about down to 1 minute. Lewis goes in motion. With the pass, he finds his man. The Eagles call a timeout. They have one left. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 34. Under pressure, gets the pass off. The pass falls incomplete. The defender was all over him on that play, forcing the incompletion.
And he's lucky he was able to get rid of it, but he has to be careful. Passes like that can make for some easy interceptions. There's only one way that they're going to be able to do something about this score. Keep throwing and getting out of bounds.
Throwing. He has room. The 40. The 30. Missed the tackle. Perfect pass leading to extra yardage after the catch.
The receiver found a seam in the defense, allowing him to make the catch and pick up some extra yardage before the defense was able to catch him.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 28-yard line. Dropping back to pass on 1st down. He wasn't going to be denied his first sack on that play. Now in 2nd and long after the sack. Pressure coming. Throws it. Almost intercepted. So he dropped it and a chance to end the drive.
Here's the key. He was looking at the quarterback the whole way. And when he let it go, he was all over it. He just didn't come up with it.
Green Bay lines up with 7 guys in the secondary.
Get at him, Keith. Hit him low.
Dropping back. Throwing. Loses the defender. Right on the mark there to move the chains.
And the thing is, the secondary looked a little on their heels on that one. They just couldn't converge on the ball in time and now they get a whole new set of downs.
It's first and goal. Ball on the 10-yard line. McNair sets up. Pressure, throws it, a little behind, but he has it. That pass went right into the receiver's hands.
Yeah, and you hear about these guys passing through a tire or at a tire, and that's where that practice pays off. He was right on target there.
Throwing, incomplete. That looked like a catch until he got nailed.
Yeah, it jarred that ball right out of there. The defense needs to be aware that since the other team can stop the clock with a timeout, a run is just as likely as a pass. So they need to be ready for anything.
Third and goal. Ball a half-yard away. Gets the call. Touchdown, Eagles. So they get in on the ground.
Yeah, he knew where he wanted to go, and he got there.
Akers comes in for the extra point. And it's up. The point answer is good. Well, John, these teams are very evenly matched.
This makes for a better game, I think. The strategy of the game comes into play here more.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Short kick. He didn't get much of that one. From the 17. Give the defense a lot of credit on that last possession as they were able to force the interception. Let's see what happens this time.
This is where the defense needs to just play smart and not give up a big play. There's not a whole lot of time left, so they just need to prevent them from getting into field goal range.
Farr sets up. Passing on first down. With the pass, incomplete. Well, the quarterback did his part.
There's just no excuse for that. He's getting paid a lot of money to make those catches. I don't think they can do much more than just throw one long. So I'm sure the defensive coach is telling his guys, don't get beat deep.
Bailey comes in motion. Closing in, gets the pass off. I thought that was about to be picked off, John.
I bet you as soon as he let that go, he was wishing that he could have it back, because that could easily have been an interception.
Seven defensive backs in on this one. Drops back. He surveys the field with the pass. This one falls incomplete. Out of the shotgun. Ferguson, the motion man. Looking for an option, gets the pass off. The defender brings him down at the 41. It's the end of the second quarter with the score. Philadelphia 14, Green Bay 10. Let's take a look at our halftime stats. Here's the kickoff team. Nice kick and returnable. From the 7-yard line. The Packers will start this drive from the 25. So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 25. Farr sets up. The Packers using motion. Gets the toss to the right. Might have lost a step on the toss. The Eagles come out with 8 guys in the box. Flag down.
Good ball. That's not on the offense.
Early movement there.
The offense needs to do a better job focusing.
So we'll have a 2nd and long after the penalty.
Stay out,
Under pressure, throws it, and the catch is made. The defender brings him down at the 26-yard line. Driver continues to be a reliable target. That's his 3rd catch of the game. 9 yards to go. Ball on their own 26.
This team has to start converting on 3rd down if they're going to be successful.
Good idea bringing the blitz here.
That was a heck of a play. I think he felt the rush coming. He just couldn't get out of there quickly enough.
Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. Here's the kick. From the 35-yard line. Slips the tackle. Stiff arm to the ground. He had a good return.
Boy, the coverage team is going to need to do better because he could take the next one all the way.
The backs are lined up in an I.
Time it up. Give it all you got, D. Come on. Set. You got him. Step. Snake out. Get in there.
To the air on 1st down. He tried to scramble but couldn't find any running room.
That's one of those plays where it might have been better just to throw the ball away.
2nd and 8.
Snake out. Loose it. Loose it. Set.
Man in motion.
Slide. Bust his grill.
He tried to pick up the yardage himself on that play.
It looked like the defense was ready for that one, and they were able to stop him for a minimal gain.
The Eagles using motion. Pressure coming. He has it at the 30. The defender goes down.
Right here is how he can hurt you. They get him in a 3rd down situation. But if they can give him a lane to run through, he's going to take it. And right there, he takes it for a big 1st down.
Let's go. Ball.
McNabb sets up, using motion. Hand off to the tailback. Breaks the tackle. And he's brought down at the 19-yard line. Gets the call, picks up 4, maybe 5 there. The Packers come out in a nickel package.
Got him. Got him. Bulldog up.
Man in motion.
Back off, DB.
Hand it off. Staley was stuffed on that play, John.
They're just relentless when the offense decides to run the ball. They break down blocks very quickly, and they do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunity.
3rd and 6. Ball on the 19-yard line. Dimebacks in for this play. Throws it. The pass falls incomplete. Trying to convert through the air, but the pass was off the mark. David Akers lines up for about a 36-yard field goal attempt. And it's on its way through the uprights and good. The Eagles go up by a touchdown. The kickoff team lines up. And he got all of that on a great kick. From the 4.
Got an inadvertent face mask on the defense.
They called it inadvertent.
You know, there's so many limbs flying and body parts moving around that you just tackle whatever you can and you grab anything that's moving. Sometimes you get a handful of masks.
So they have 1st and 10 here. The Eagles come out with 8 guys in the box. Screen. Lays into him with a stiff arm. Running back picks up about 7 yards. Philadelphia comes out in their nickel package. Walker in motion. Stepping up, pressure, he's looking, throwing. The pass ball's incomplete. The defense really put the pressure on him.
He hung in there. He didn't really have the time that he needed to make the play. The quarterback has to know who his outlet guy is and get the ball to him when he feels that pressure coming.
Going to the right, hand it off. He's taken down in the backfield. Big loss there on the tackle.
That was a heck of a play. He has great speed, and he used it to fly through the line and take down the ball carrier.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt. From the 29-yard line. A nice return there.
That was good blocking. The returner was able to find some open space and make the most of it.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 43. Daly picks up 5. The Packers come out in a nickel package.
Here comes the heat. Get up, Rob. Come on, get up. Cowboy. Set. Man, no.
Hand it off to the back. Great blocking up front to open up a hole that big.
Right up the middle, too. Good blocking leads to a good run like that.
It's 1st and 10. Closing in. Good coverage downfield. The quarterback's nowhere to go.
And it's never good to take a sack, but when there's nothing open downfield, you just can't throw it up there.
Now they're looking at 2nd and long after the sack. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Lewis, the motion man. So we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter with the Eagles ahead of the Packers, 17-10. The teams are set for the 4th quarter of play. Only one man in the backfield. Hand it off. The running back gets about 3. So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on 3rd down.
3rd down is when you want your players to dig deep and make a clutch play. When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs to work with.
Decent gain, about 4. Richardson is back to punt. Number 83 is the deep return man. Fair catch. And this one comes back out to the 20. First and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Hand off to the tailback. Gets away. And he's brought down at the 23. 2, maybe 3 yards on the delay. They're looking for the run with all those linebackers out there. Gets the pass off. Hits him in stride. Farr showed his strong arm and lightning release on that throw.
That's just to display a great hand shown by that receiver. The throw was a little off the mark, but he got his fingertips on it and brought it in for the catch.
It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Under pressure with the throw. Driver is proving again why he's one of the quarterback's favorite targets. That's his 4th reception.
Big stop here, D. Get at him, D.
Philadelphia comes out in a 46. Throws it. The pass falls incomplete. Taylor was right there to break that play up.
That's just the kind of play they've come to expect from him. He always seems to make the big play just when they need him to.
The Eagles come out with 8 guys in the box.
Yeah, and you can't win if you can't convert 3rd downs.
He'll get it again. And he's brought down at the 49-yard line. He finds some room up the middle and gets the first.
Yeah, and it was all north-south running there. Not a lot of side to side. And that's exactly what you have to do to get the first.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line. Farr gets set. Hand it off again. Decent gain, about 4. Nickelback in this time. Flings it to the outside. With the adjustment, he has it. So a gain of about 1. 3rd and 5. Ball on the 44-yard line. Davenport, the lone back, with the pass, keeps his feet moving. The 30. A great pass and a great run after the catch.
Well, you talk about a defense breaking down. Here they give him enough time to get the long pass off. Then they let him catch it, and they let him run for a long gain.
The Eagles come out on the 46. Green. Emmons got very good penetration there. Nowhere to go that time. The defensive line gets very good penetration.
This line's very aggressive up front. They like to stunt and use power moves to get into the backfield. A lot of teams think that the best way to move the ball on the ground against them is to run it right at them. Try and wear them out. Looks like they might be trying to do that same kind of thing.
It's on the ground. It's picked up. Teams always struggle to hold on to the ball in conditions like these.
Protecting the ball has to come before anything else, especially on days like this. Sure, you want to get as many yards as you can, but losing a ball because you didn't protect it can turn the game around very quickly.
So it's 1st and 10 following the fumble.
Tiger up. Hit him low.
Only one man in the backfield. McNabb with a man in motion. Green Bay will call a timeout here. They have 2 remaining.
Gain of 2 on the play.
About 8 yards. Ball on their own 30.
Here comes the heat.
Using motion. Hand off to the tailback. Green Bay calls a timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Hand it off to the back. Staley couldn't get out of the backfield.
That was just a defensive line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front can control the line of scrimmage, it makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
So they'll get ready to punt and leave it to their defense to finish the game and get them the win. Offense couldn't get it done in the lineup to punt. Here's the kick. He has it with some open field. Across midfield, the 40, the 30. And he almost breaks it on that return.
It's not just a returner that makes everything happen on a play like that. The blockers have to know who to block, and they all did their jobs on that one. What they need here is some yards on 1st and 2nd down so they don't set themselves up with 3rd or possibly 4th and long. The whole field is open to them because there's a decent amount of time left.
To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. The pass falls incomplete. Favre somehow got that pass off.
And that's a right decision in that case. Get rid of the ball and take the incomplete. You got to think they'll be going with something in the air here, conserving time while moving downfield for the score.
Pressure, surveying the field, and a fumble. The Packers dive on the fumble. So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on 3rd down.
3rd down conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on 3rd down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline. Here's a no huddle. It's a good way to keep the defense off balance.
He's looking, gets the pass off, and the catch is made. 1st down and goal to go. Ball 1 foot away. Hill stopped the clock with the spike. This is where we've seen a lot of rollouts.
That's because they want to create some space for the quarterback so he can throw it or run it in.
Only one man in the backfield. Closing in, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Good job of breaking loose in the back of the end zone.
The defense just didn't look like they were together on that one. There were guys moving around and looked like they didn't know who was supposed to go where. This is one of those situations where everybody has to be in the right page out there.
Longwell comes in to attempt the point after. The kick is up. The point after is good. kickoff team lines up.
Lined up for the kickoff.
It's on its way. From the 11-yard line. Their last drive ended with a 3-and-out as the offense comes out onto the field again.
There's not much time, so if they're looking to get in field goal range, they're going to need something big here.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Breaks free of the defender. Breaks the tackle. Good execution there, John.
The blockers sold it, and the back did the rest.
They need to hurry to get into field goal range.
But when it's tied, you don't want to force a pass and turn it over. They need smart throws here.
They'll pass on 1st down. Under pressure with the pass. Nearly intercepted. John, I don't know how they didn't pick that one off.
Yeah, he had an excellent opportunity to end the drive right there. He just couldn't bring it in.
No time to get into field goal range, so all they can do now is throw a prayer. 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 38. McNabb sets up, drops back, pressure coming, throws over to his right. The pass falls incomplete. It appears this game will be decided in overtime. Akers will be kicking off. Good distance. From the 7-yard line. The Packers will start the drive from the 27-yard line. Two very evenly matched teams through 4 quarters, and we'll go to overtime to determine the winner of this one. Franks goes in motion. Looking for room. The back picks up about 2 on that carry. Hand it off. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry. Now it's 3rd and 6 coming up. Using motion. Hands it off. Breaking free. He loses it. The Eagles, cold and snowing conditions, definitely played a part in that fumble.
The footballs get slick in this time of weather. Plus, the cold makes the ball harder and tougher to grip. So a lot of the time, you see teams having a tough time hanging on to it.
So after the fumble now, it's 1st and 10. So the officials are calling for time, and I think it's because they want to review it.
And since we're in the last 2 minutes, that's a call that came down from the booth.
The coach is hoping they get it right here because that could be a big lift to the team.
What the official will be looking for here is to see if the knee is down. It's tough to say with that replay. This one won't be easy.
A call on the field stands.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him. Hand off to the tailback. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run. The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him. Flushes it out to the left. Cross play goes for about 4. The toss to the left. Hand it off. Staley wasn't able to get anything going on that play.
They got there and shut that play down very quickly. That's just a case of studying game film this week paying off. When you know what they like to run in certain situations, you can anticipate the play call and stop the play before it even gets started.
Richardson will come into this game to punt. Number 83 lines up deep for the punt return. Green, the lone back. Davis in motion. They give it to the halfback. Not much there, maybe a yard. Nine yards to go. Ball on their own 43. Dropping back. Pressure with the throw. He finds his man. He did a nice job to bring that one in.
When you make tough grabs like that, the other team really has to dig in there and play some tight coverage.
Green lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Franks catches a floater for the first down.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop those passes that are sure first downs.
Philadelphia lines up in the 46. Far gets set, looking upfield. The running back gets about 3. Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 40-yard line. Drops back, closing in with the pass, breaking through. He zipped that one right in there.
That's just a great job by the receiver. Not only was he able to make the catch in the rocket, but he was able to pick up some nice yardage too.
8 defenders in the box on this one. Again with the carry. Pickup of about a yard in the run. 9 yards to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. Throwing. Incomplete pass. He was unable to bring that one in.
You got so much stuff going on out there. You got to get off the line. You got to run a good route. You have to read the defense. You got to get open. But the most important thing you do after all that is you have to catch the ball.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry. Philadelphia will call a timeout here. They have 1 timeout left. So it all comes down to the kicker. This could win the game. And it's on its way. The kick sails through the uprights. That kick goes right through the uprights as he adds another 3 to the score. The final score is Green Bay 20, Philadelphia 17. For Melissa Stark, John Madden, and all the folks at EA Sports, this is Al Michaels saying good night.